One day, out of nowhere, the fear of death crashes into your chest like an uninvited guest who kicks down the door. No warning, no courtesy. It just storms in, planting itself right in the core of your heart, whispering a chilling truth. Everything you cherish is fleeting. Your breath catches, your thoughts spiral, and the ground beneath you feels like it's crumbling. But what would happen if, instead of pushing this fear away, you looked at it with curiosity, not as an enemy, but as an ancient voice trying only to protect you? The fear of death is nothing more than a reflection of your deep love for life. It's natural, it's human, and yet, when we feed it with repetitive thoughts, it becomes a shadow that darkens the present. Imagine you're standing by a river. The water flows constantly, carrying leaves, branches, and small glints of light. Fear is like one of those leaves. If you try to grab it tightly, it sinks between your fingers. But if you simply let it pass, the current carries it gently away. It's not about fighting what you feel, but about allowing it to be there without clinging to it. Life doesn't ask us to ignore our fears, but to learn to sit with them. When fear arises, breathe. Feel the air moving in and out of your lungs. This very breath is proof that, in this moment, you're alive. And this moment is the only place where peace can be found. Ask yourself, what do I need to hear right now? Maybe it's something as simple as, it's okay to be afraid, but I don't have to let that fear decide for me. Compassion begins here, in this inner dialogue where we treat ourselves with the same tenderness we'd offer a frightened child. Because death isn't the opposite of life, it's part of it. And until it comes, we have the chance to live with eyes wide open, savoring every small miracle. The warmth of the sun on your skin, the laughter of a loved one, the silence that speaks louder than 1,000 words. True peace doesn't come from conquering fear, but from learning to walk beside it, without letting it steal the gift of being here, now. There's a truth we all know, but often resist accepting. Everything changes. The clouds in the sky are never the same. The seasons pass without haste, but without pause. And even the sturdiest mountains wear down with time. Our laughter, our tears, moments of joy and moments of pain all pass. And in that passing, there's a profound lesson. The fear of death is often tied to the fear of losing what we love. But what if, instead of seeing impermanence as a threat, we saw it as an invitation to love more fiercely? Imagine a cherry tree in bloom. Its beauty is all the more moving because we know that, in a few weeks, the petals will fall. That knowledge doesn't stop us from admiring it. On the contrary, it makes us cherish it more. We often cling to life as if we could hold it in our hands, as if we could freeze perfect moments. But life isn't static. It's movement, it's flow. When we resist this natural current, we suffer. It's like refusing to let go of a river's water to keep it from slipping through our fingers, not realizing that its essence is to keep flowing. Practicing acceptance doesn't mean resignation. It's not about saying nothing matters because it will all end, but rather, because everything is fleeting, I choose to be fully here. Every hug, every glance, every breath becomes sacred when we stop taking for granted that there will be a tomorrow to live it. You can start with something small. The next time you drink a cup of tea, do it slowly. Feel the warmth of the cup, the aroma, the taste on your tongue. realize that this moment will never happen exactly the same way again. That's what life is. A series of unique moments that deserve our attention. Death isn't the thief of happiness. It's what gives it its true value. When we remember that our time is limited, we stop postponing joy, keeping love silent, or living as if we were immortal. Impermanence isn't our enemy. It's the teacher that reminds us, wake up, this is now. Do you really want to miss it? There's a difference between letting go and giving up. Letting go isn't stopping loving, caring, or honoring what matters to us. It's about releasing the grip so tight that fear keeps us from enjoying what we have. Imagine holding a bird in your hands. If you squeeze too hard, you hurt it. If you open your palms fully, it may stay or fly, but it's always free. That's what life is. The fear of death often disguises itself as control. We want guarantees where there are none. Certainty in a world that's inherently ever-changing. We tell ourselves, if I worry enough, maybe I can avoid the inevitable. But the paradox is that, in doing so, we don't avoid death. We steal life from the present. Anxiety about the future is like chasing the horizon. No matter how far we go, we'll never reach it, and we'll miss the landscape beneath our feet. So how do you practice letting go? Start with what no longer serves you. Rigid expectations, consuming obsessions, the need to have all the answers. It's not about not feeling fear, but about not letting that fear dictate how you live. Each time you notice your mind getting tangled in unanswerable questions, what happens next? How will it end? Gently return to your body. Feel your feet on the ground, your heartbeat, the air brushing your skin. This is your anchor, the now. There's a story about a man, tormented by his fears, who asked a wise person, "How can I find peace when I know everything will end?" The wise person replied, "Watch the waves of the sea. Each one rises, unfolds, and fades, but the ocean never ceases to be. You're not just the wave, you're also the water." We identify so much with the ephemeral, our body, circumstances, roles, that we forget our deeper essence. Peace comes when we remember that, beyond form, there's a presence that was never born and will never die. The consciousness that observes without judgment, the silent space where everything happens. You don't have to believe this. Just consider it a possibility. The next time fear knocks at your door, ask yourself, who is it that's afraid? Behind that question, you might discover something vaster than any answer. Self-compassion is key on this path. If fear grips you tightly today, don't deny it, but don't feed it either. Simply say, "You're here now, and I'm still breathing." That's enough. Little by little, without rush, you'll learn to trust life as much as death, because they're two sides of the same coin. And in that balance, you'll find a freedom no fear can touch. There's a garden that exists only because flowers fade. If none ever fell, there'd be no new soil for seeds to sprout. That's what we are. Beings made of cycles, of beginnings and endings intertwined. The fear of death often comes from seeing only half the picture, the loss, without sensing the mysterious rebirth already pulsing within it. Think of the times you've had to let go of something or someone, maybe a love, a dream, a phase of your life. In that moment, the pain felt unbearable. But with time, something unexpected emerged. A strength you didn't know you had. A deeper understanding, even gratitude for what was lived. death is like that too. It's not the end of the journey, but a fold in the great fabric of existence. We don't know what comes next, but we can trust that life always finds a way, like grass growing through cracks in concrete. The deepest practice against fear isn't gathering answers, but cultivating trust. Not blind faith, but the serenity born from seeing time and again how what seemed like an abyss turned out to be a threshold. Like a child who cries because they don't want to let go of their mother's hand at the school gate, not knowing that friends and discoveries await them. Our vision is limited. It only covers a fragment of the path. Here's an exercise for when fear overwhelms you. Close your eyes and recall a moment of absolute peace. Maybe watching a sunset, hugging a loved one, or hearing a melody that moved you. Relive it in your body. Where did you feel it? In your chest? Your hands, your face? Now realize that moment has passed, and yet its essence remains in you. Death can't erase what truly matters, because love and presence aren't things that wear out. They're like the sun. Even when hidden by clouds, it never stops shining. Ultimately, what heals isn't finding certainties, but embracing the question with tenderness. Don't ask, how will I overcome this fear? But, how do I want to live while I'm here? The answer isn't in words, but in small acts. Loving without reserve, forgiving what weighs you down, savoring the ordinary as if it were the first and last time. We will die, yes, but today, in this precise second, we're alive. And as long as there's breath, there's the possibility of beauty, connection, meaning. You're as temporary as spring rain and as eternal as the sky that holds it. You don't need more than this: to let go of the future, to embrace the now, right here, just like this. Fear may visit you, but you decide whether to offer it tea or let it pass by. Life doesn't wait, it's already happening. Are you ready to not miss it? We've reached the end of this reflection, and I'd love for you to subscribe to help this community grow and flourish. Please share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Nothing would mean more to me than supporting you in this deeply human moment. Until next time, namaste.